And we have bananas in chat from Soundwave, Hope, Maurice, Overpowered, Spoon, Anna Bomb, Banana, Official, Jaden, Caramelette, Mushroom Cheerio, and Salty Halliman. Thank you so much for the bananas in chat. It means that we're live on the twitch.tv/theasuma. I got a big old case of morning voice right now, peeps. And I believe I've got everything running correctly, right? We're listening to music by, where is it written on my screen? Ben Prunty. Ben Prunty, author of the Into the Breach soundtrack. That was a game I played at Christmas, and it probably would have made a really good experience to share with all of you for a live stream or something like that. And anyway, I was just thinking of the game, and I thought, why don't we try the soundtrack on today's stream? It might suit this one. Legend McQueen says, why not play Mindustry instead? In my opinion, it's superior. Well, I could play Factorio, I could play Mindustry. I played both of those games a lot in the past, and I tend to get burned out of a game after a certain point. It just becomes like, oh, I don't, you know, like I've experienced that. And we're about to get there with shapezio. However, this has provided a different sort of experience to both of those games, despite being similar. And if you watch the last one, we made the shape that was the logo of the game, this right here, and then it's given us one like last mega final challenge or whatever, and then there's free play after, where I think it just generates random shapes over and over again. If we go into here, you'll see that I have idled and AFK'd to unlock all of these things. So we're going to make this shape down here today, and once we've done that, then we're going to be able to make the final shape. I'm going to try and do both in one stream. This right here, though, might just be super confusing and annoying. I don't know what's going to happen. But we did unlock a new type of painter over here. This one seems extremely powerful. And we won't be using that for our first challenge. Now, I think what we're going to do is pretty straightforward, but we're going to try and build it like we haven't built anything before. We need to find some circles. We need to find some of that other shape. I can't remember if that shape appears naturally or not. I think it does. Anyway, let's head maybe downwards, because we do a lot of building up top. So we've probably got more space down here where we'll find some of the shapes are still together. Like here you can see, we could combine those two together and then we'd have the shape. But I feel lazy. And lazy is good in this game. Here we could simply cut and rotate, like cut it in half, mix it about. I would just like to find one of those on its own that isn't tampered with. Not gonna get lucky over here, are we? Probably too far away from the hub now. Right then, I think we want to go. Do we need a square for that one? No. Oh, wait a minute. I think I might actually have the wrong. Got the wrong shape in mind, haven't I? Been looking at the wrong shape. Good to figure that out before we get going. Here we go. There's the first one of those that I've seen. There's another one over here. We just want probably 2 on 1. It'll probably make the most sense. Why has the timer gone away but the stream hasn't started, says Inquiz. The timer is running. We're 4 minutes in. I guess actually you're probably having some issues. And probably not even hearing me talk. I got some serious morning voice. We got Anna Bombanana here gifting. Sorry, gift. I'm so used to saying that, Anna. Thank you for gifting all the subs. Resubscribing for 5 months. Thank you so much. Pat the Silent here with the Prime. Cuplex for 12. Sorry, 12. 42 months. My goodness me, Cuplex. I might do some modded Minecraft stuff again soon. It's probably not going to be your cup of tea, but I've got something I'm thinking about. I want to experiment with playing some mod packs basically and try and come up with something that would be cool for like a Hermitcraft UHC. It's just going to have occurred to me that there's no reason for me not to tell you that I want to do this. So expect to see that in the future. Maybe We fire up a couple of mod packs and see what they're like. I got one booked that I think could be interesting. When I say booked, I mean like bookmarked, right? Wow, I'm not having any luck finding just 2 of that one shape, right? I feel like that we should have found this and got going already. This area feels promising though, because there is circles nearby. 2 on 1, that's all I'm asking for. Man, I might have goofed, I might have missed it somewhere, you know, there might have been one. Assuming the fan shape is the hardest to get in the game. Yeah, it could well be. I just want 2, you know. I don't need the whole thing. I mean, there are ones like near each other. I'm sure we've seen one with 2 on before. That's not too much to ask for, is it? Well, that's an unfortunate patch. Hey, what about... Oh no, that's not it. The game's like a little... When you zoom out, it's a little bit like blurry, and that means I just have to focus a little too much, I feel like. That's got 1. Wow. Just the amount of ones that don't have 2 is annoying. Maybe it's super rare to get one with 2 as well. Lexum, I appreciate your lovely message, thank you. You've been watching since episode 0. I've never done episode 0. Amusing. What do you think, chat? Are we only ever going to get 1? Shall I just give up on it? And we go back to the hub and pick something like the closest one? You know, we really... Look, full circle all the way out here. That's got to be a sign, though. Here's me talking about giving up, then all of a sudden full circle. It's a trap. It's a trap. There's one nearby, isn't there? Come on, computer game. I know you got one with 2 nearby. No. Press your spacebar to teleport back to the hub. Yeah, we can do that. You know, we can get back to the hub clicking over here as well. Oh, I thought it was it. No, it's a circle at the bottom. Hey, one with 2. Oh, and it's red over it. We're clearly not getting anywhere, are we? Okay then. Feels like we've come so far. It's just going to be a pain to put all those... Wow, this is a slow start, but to be fair, a lot of this game sort of plays like this. You have these slow moments. Okay. Dude! I need my F5 button right now. Dude! It's right here! It's right next to the hub. Oh my goodness me! Well, I'll take it. It's a bit of a small patch, but it's reasonable. Oh man, this game's cool. I love it. I love getting going. Like, here we are. Doing another one. So, what I want to do with this is we've got to produce the first shape, and we're going to create a setup where we use the first shape for 2 layers. So we want to produce 2 full belts to 1 full belt of white. So the ratio that we're going to create at the beginning here, let's actually start with them tiled. The ratio that we're going to create at the beginning here needs to be consistent for both. Like 2 full belts to 1. And obviously the first thing that we're going to do is cut these in half, right? Or are we? Yep, we can cut them in half straight away. One side gets trashed. And then we've got to turn that into an array. Best way to do that... Let's have these things turned down. We'll go down and back up again so we can expand. Then our belts can come across. And, you know, we'll figure out the rest from that. We give ourselves, I guess, a, you know, an idea on how we want to lay this out, and then we roll with it. So the two belts can go through the middle. They can cross one to the other, which is probably completely pointless, but, oh yeah, the design will be different per side. Kind of like, actually, that makes me want to change it up. Let's start with one at a time and then just make them run parallel. So I guess, yeah, you always want it on that side, so you can have that thing before it. Then the belt continues. Put your trash on that side, and then you want to take this off somewhere else. Now that's where maybe there's an argument to put it on the other side. No. How do we best maximize the space? In a weird way, it kind of seems to me like that is probably the best way to do this. No, that is the right way, yeah. That appears to be it. Okay, so we'd also need that. So we do that over and over again until we have the speed. Now what I should actually do is send these upwards then. Like that. Hello? Okay, I think the game just lagged while I was trying to change the options there. That was super confusing for me. You know, you don't have to connect to the trash can. Yeah, that makes the most sense, that layout right there to me, okay? So then, got to remember to use tier 2. We've got that at the top. And obviously, we're going to clone the same operation. Again. But just, we'll put a gap of 1 between it. Then, guess what? They make our 2 belts going over to the side. Right, so now we want to get those running at full capacity, which is simple and straightforward. And noises in the ear. Pat the Silent. Oh wait, we read that out. Yes, we read that one. Satanistic Angel is the next one. 9 months. Guess who decided to resub again? Was it you? Thanks for everything you do for us. I found so many amazing friends for your community. That is wonderful to hear. Wonderful to hear. Thank you for your support, Satanistic Angel. Thank you for all the gorgeous artwork as well. Very inspiring. Let's copy that. Paste it there. Yeah, that's good. So at what point... Now, I think the reason they get to the end is because these split up side to side. And when they're backed up, that's then when... Like, if we look at the rate they come out of, I think you can kind of determine that this is unnecessary here. And we're even going to upgrade our cutters and whatnot in the future. So now I think we're actually looking at the... oh, no. Have we got it backing up? I don't think we have. I think we're good. That's our full speed belt right there. Okay. So that little setup. Just going to realise something here. I've not thought about what the next step is. Because rotation... 30 items a second? That's... What's the belt speed? 30. Oh, wow. Okay, so... If I come here... And put 2 of those on, right? I mean, that's it. No worries. So now they've just got to be joined together. Which is pretty straightforward. At 5 items a second, we can actually determine then that we need 6 of these, right? And what's the best way to do that? Probably with the belts like this. I do not know if we've set it up like this before. I think we have. And then we just want it to go off to the side, really. Okay, copy. Paste 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I wanted to scale this up at all, I guess I could take that, put it here again, feed some others into it. I'll probably have to, like, rebuild this element, though. Maybe what I could have done is combine this together more, which I think would have been far more interesting. That could be a tunnel. They'd have to be offset. Tunnel. Oh, wow. Actually, no, I want to do... That's way more interesting. Right, remember... When we play this game, I like to try and do things different each time. And so now what I'm going to do is cut that and move it up by 1 block. Okay, all of this will get scrapped later. I might even move it closer now that I think about it. But essentially, we're going to go from there to that gap. Yeah, let's move these closer together. This is far more interesting this way. And that's what we kind of want to do. I think if I put that there, it's tileable. Okay, now I need to just copy and paste all of those, really. I'll do it manually. Okay, slight problem at the bottom here, although technically that's the end of that and that. Right, now the key thing to note here is that they're side by side with one another. You might have not spotted that a moment ago. Look at that. That's compact. So if ever we want to copy this setup and produce more of those, it's now a lot smaller and easier to work with. I like. Now, what if we were to feed in our paint straight away? Is there a compact way to do that? This one allows you to do double the amount of items. Now, the only reason we might use this would be for the position of it, if it allowed us to do some compactification. We also have that, which I hope we get to use, which we will, hopefully, in this stream. Okay. I think just doing that. We've already sort of built the layout. Now, oh, wait a minute. It does 2 items per second. Ah. So, in theory, at the moment... This is a whole belt's worth. Gotta count those numbers, peeps. By the way, noises in the ear. I and are you here for 2 months. Busterado free subscribing. Miyataki here for 49 months in a row. Thank you so much for the tremendous support, peeps. I appreciate it. I also need to read chat, right? When I play this game, I get very sucked in. They're adding wiring and logic similar to redstone lamps as Liga Gaming. Yeah, unfortunately for me, I found with Factorio that level kind of got a bit much for me. It's a bit too complicated. So I can't help but feel I won't utilize it as much, but maybe we'll see where we go. I really tried to focus on pushing myself a little bit with this game, right? Earlier on, there were some tricky challenges, and we actually got round them. So maybe if I push myself again, we'll be able to do some stuff with wires and whatnot. Is it me, or is it not going at full speed? If we do the math again quickly. Cutters cut 7.5. So with 30 items on the belt, we need 2 is 15. 4 is 30. I mean, it almost suggests that we've got more than enough here. But visually it appears just about right. I think actually we might need just, like, we might be able to cut it... Oh, wrong bit. Right there, and then technically it's going full speed. It's kind of hard to tell. That might literally be full speed right there, but it just sort of doesn't look like it. How would we tell? If we use the graph... Sort of looks like we were making more a minute ago. Yeah, we just cut production a little bit when we cut that line. So let's cut it here this time. Now when we look at the graph... Right, we've seen it jump up, but maybe it's slightly less than what it was before there? So maybe this is necessary. I was looking at the wrong chart possibly as well. I don't know. I don't know. You're putting productions in trash, says Sprinkles and Winkles. Yes. Yes, we are. One line is going into a bin. Oh. Oh, well spotted, peeps. Wait, wrong thing. On that note, I think we'll just stick with... let's do it with 5. Okay, I could also put trash cans, like, here. I'm not sure if that really affects the speed, but it stops there being like a backup, which sort of looks satisfying. That also means there's definitely room for them to come through to another one. It's just a case of, you know, I'm gonna put one more in and just leave it at that. I think I'm overthinking it. I'm trying to get the maths, but I can't quite figure it out, so let it be. Okay. So now we're going to focus on this area. If this thing does 5 and this thing does 2, then we probably need 3, right? So we'll start at the bottom. Wrong thing. Now we need 3 of this. Oh, this is actually going to be tricky then. It's going to be really tricky. Ooh. And I don't think the quad is going to help us out at all. Although it might do more in terms of speed. But what about layout? It's pretty much the same thing. Okay. Perhaps... to get colour coming in... we need 3, not 2. But with 2, I think this could work. Which might be a reason to use the double. Then again, I'm going to need the space. Okay, I can see a way we can lay it out with 3 kind of spread across like that. I'm just thinking then, are there any other ways? If we do it like this, it's quickly going to go into the other one's space. So it's pretty obvious to me that we have to do it this way around. And for compactness sake, I think... oh, this is tricky, this is tricky. It's actually not going to fit in that space. It's not going to fit like that. We do it this way around. It's not as compact, but I think let's start putting in some of the other elements. I'm trying to visualize too much of it before I start placing stuff. Yikes. That's not going to work either. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like, well, maybe then we don't look at it like it's one component. We have to put a belt and mix all of these inputs together, I think. Because I just don't think it's got the right amount of space to compact it properly. Right, noises in the ear. We got DNS Brules01 with a Prime subscription and Lockie Denuck here for 5 months. Thank you so much. Happy 9 years. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, dude. 9 years on YouTube. Vela says, this is not what I expected when I clicked on the stream. What did you expect? Okay, let's go. We always use the repeating pattern here. So we're going to send the items upwards because I do not think there is enough space to do it in that particular way. Let's get some belt in here, some belt action. And so we're probably going to do like a little U-turn and come back down again. Ooh, we got a problem. We got a problem. How did that happen? No rotation. Fortunately for me, I can see a sneaky way to include the thing that I forgot about. Wow, that is lucky. That is lucky. I am a lucky boy. Oh my goodness me. Just enough. Like, how fortunate is that? That could have been like, nope, gotta start again. When I copied that element, I completely forgot, didn't I? I can still see the occasional bad one coming through. We're probably a bit backed up down the bottom here. Okay, we've probably got all of them out of the system now. Yeah, that was funny. That was funny. And it just makes this area look a little better now. It's even more compact. So anyway, now what we need... Right, with 2 items, we need 15. 15 painters. Okay. We can quite easily set up the belt to distribute that in there. It's the same old thing we've done time and time again, essentially. Except I need to move you over by 1. So we're going to have that, right? We're also going to have it there. Unless we choose to put... I think I'm going to put paint in from the top. It just feels like the smarter way to do it. So we change the type. We put paint in from the top. That means that we need this. And we need that to send it over to the next module. And then we send all of this upwards, right? So that should be our repeatable module. Now we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it would have been nice to have made it so it was the same length as this, but it's not. 7, 8, 9, 10... 11. Wait, didn't I say we need 10? No, 15. 12, 13, 14, 15. That might... Yeah, no, that should be good. That should be good. This got me thinking, if I'd have made it work on one belt, we might have been able to squeeze the right amount of painters into a small module. We have kind of done the same thing again. I will point that out. I think I'm going to operate differently when we make the final shape. I'm going to try and really push myself to do something different, because once again, it is kind of actually like all the other stuff we've done. Anyway, We now need to get the purple paint in, which is just simply a combination of red and blue. We've got red and blue up the top here, so we'll probably mix those together. Let's go steal some technology. What we're going to steal, peeps? Where did we do a good colour mix for red and blue? Not so keen on that one. What about the new bus? Red and blue. Yeah, that setup's a bit mental, but pretty much what we want. I think what I want to do is copy. How many do these do? 2.4. So say 10 is 24. I think we want 13, right? So what I'm going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to copy all of that. And you know what? I didn't actually bookmark where we're building, but luckily it's close to the hub. Can I rotate this? Yes. We're going to put it pretty much there. Okay, now we know it's overkill. That's fine. We're only going to use 2 belts. This music is a little intense for what we're doing, our lad, our remark. Just a little bit intense. Now what we'll do is cut this and put it closer. Ooh, that's actually not a lot of reds. There's more red over there and over there. Not a lot of red though, is it? Fortunately, well, you know, is stuff nearby? There's always something, isn't there? Like, you might just have to make a lot of belts. And this is actually really not that far away for what we're used to. And pretty quickly we can set it all up. Yeah, that's more than enough there. T for type, there we go. More than enough there. And now we've got purple. However, I think it's probably all going to fit on one belt. So rather than rebuild the output, we'll do that. Then we get to send it over here to that bit. And there you go. We've got the shape. That was pretty quick getting that bit done. That was pretty quick, wasn't it? Now the next thing we need is to build the next part. Whoa! Press spacebar. Whoa! Clicking all the buttons. We need to get like white circles down here now. I wonder if there's any being built somewhere we could reuse. Like the blueprints, I'm just going to let keep running. But this, for example, this used white circles, although they're at the other side of the map. Jack and Amata says a universal factory is much easier. Yeah, we tried doing that with the bus. It's just using buses is like, I don't know. You just end up with loads of flow issues, right? I guess you have to kind of limit the amount you produce of each shape. But I'm enjoying doing this. Although this has quickly turned into me I tried to challenge myself to do this a little different, but I feel like I ended up doing the same thing again. So Gonna do things a little different for the next shape. Anyway, white circles. There's got to be just some fresh circle action somewhere around here. And see some almost circles. Potentially copy all of this with circle only on the right, like that there. And there's a bunch of colours here as well. Let's actually just do that, because that'll... So if I copy all of that, right, come over here. I can literally put the extractors on this as well. That's hilarious. Well, immediate circles. I love that. Okay. I love that. Now, we've made a bunch of white shapes here and there. Where did we make a decent white colour mixer is what I'm thinking. Didn't we paint something white for this? Maybe we did that further up top. Or maybe that came later on. Alright, we shipped the white thing from somewhere else. So there is white paint over here. Yeah, there it is. How did we mix that white paint? Here we go. This thing. I probably want to copy this behemoth. Right? So it's... Yeah, I'm just going to copy this. Okay, and then we head over to the hub. Zoom out, head down. And we're working in this area. This is probably complete overkill, but it's just copy and paste again. So we kind of want like green there, red and blue fed into the other bits. And our output is, maybe we can do it that way around. So like red and blue, and then yeah, green from that side. I think that's gonna work. Okay then, yeah, we want then the chains like that, and again just complete overkill, don't even worry about it. Very good. How's your FPS so high, says Willems. Good hardware, I guess. Good hardware. Also, I stopped a lot of stuff running, so that kind of keeps the FPS up a bit when there's less going on in the world. Complete overkill again. And we're producing that stuff. So now we just got to get green over here. Maybe I could have copied those extractors. Because the green is like... Oh, it's actually over here. Okay. Very good. Well, that's the thing. Now this gives me the option for 4 belts. Well, I ain't going to worry about it too much because... Ooh. It'll all get distributed, I believe. And the output is too big for our needs anyway. As you can see, it gets condensed back down into 2 belts. I think this thing was copied from somewhere else and it was already too big for its needs. Okay. Where are we at now? We want to bring that colour over to this spot. Maybe I could have done with putting this a bit lower, but whatever. And then... Yeah, kind of past that patch there. Oh, actually, a little bit A little bit higher than it. Let's just go back to about there. And drag it all the way over. Sketsy says, what's this game about? It is about creating shapes. Believe it or not, that is what it is about. He literally passed the circles, says Sharkies. I literally passed the circles, did I? Yeah, there's circles up here. Oh, right. Oh, that's why I put that there. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I forgot why this was up the top. It's because there's circles here. So, we can still use this belt. We have to trash everything on it. That's all. Actually, you kind of only need one belt. So now we just need to extract these and paint them in this sort of space here. Right, and we've probably got a setup we can just pinch from somewhere. Just a simple paint and paste. Like, that's kind of it, but I'm sure I've got some better, more compact ones somewhere. Like we've got a double over here. Although I'm only doing it for a single line. In fact, we're going to use the outside twice. We'll make a full belt because we'll probably end up doubling the outside bit. Oh, we used the double painter over here. Huh. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll use this setup. Yeah. Let's use this. I like this one. Back to the hub. I should really bookmark this area, but it's just so close. So close and convenient. So what we want to do is... I don't know if that's enough for one belt, but let's say it's not. We just double it. Paint goes in here and... Oh wow, we're going to have a bit of spaghetti going on. Yeah, so paint like that. No, I've done it wrong. No, I've totally looked at it the wrong way around. Let's start again. Okay, that's the way it should be. And now... that is correct. So, let's go put some... it might be a lot more work than that now that I think about it. It's going to be a lot more work than that. So I've well and truly messed this up. Okay, that should take care of all of it. Now, I wonder if I can paste over the... I don't think you can, but I can try. I can't paste over the top of trash cans. Yeah, it doesn't let me do that, so I've got to get rid of them all manually. I'm just wondering, can I press the delete button? No, not when holding that, because it gets rid of it. Well, there you go. Everything is in order there. Just, wait, that's not our output, is it? That's not our output either. Okay, there we go. No! That's not where we go. Right. We're sending them on down to here now. Where they meet some trash cans. Ah, what about the amount they're painting? That is not 2 full belts. This is kind of slow, this setup. How much room do I have to expand it? I can double it, easy enough. So if I copy that, and then paste it, where are we looking? I think I missed a bit. I think it goes there. Wait, there's something funky in... Wait, what is going on here? This don't look right to me. Let's go back down again. The reason it was the way it was... Oh my word. The whole thing's broken. When I copied it over here, I must have missed something important then. So let's go ahead and delete all of that. Well, that explains why the speed wasn't very good. Jeez, you know, I think it's clearly the morning. What would you say, peeps? Super derp? I didn't know there was such a thing as a super derp. I think you're making things up. I think that you're making things up. Yeah, we have to go ahead with the way this is laid out. So everything here gets destroyed. Yep, that's fine. And then we put these here. Okay, then going back up to the top, we would have one there and there. For now, we can get rid of that. Putting the things in here might just end up being a little bit tight. Okay, we need a belt going down before we copy this. And then we copy it. So the next one is going to go right over there. Damn, these belts can be tricky sometimes. Okay, I'm doing everything right this time so far. That's good. That's very, very good. Now we just got to get this one out. And there you go. 2 full belts. Right. Whew. Do I need 2 full belts? I need 2 of the other one, not that one. Jeez. I only needed 1 full belt of this. What I'm realizing. To leave myself a note to kind of remind myself of that, I'm going to do that. Here's what we're going to do next. I'm going to take all of this. Now I can't flip. Sorry, I can't mirror, but I can do rotation. Oh, if I could flip it. I set out with this ambition of all of what we're doing here being like relatively elegant, and well, that's long gone, isn't it? Don't know if that's going to be affected, but whatever. Right, it's just waiting on its paint. Don't know if this is enough to support 2, right? But hey, look, we made enough for 2 here. So let's treat it like such. And this is definitely messier. Okay, so now we've got 2 lots of that. Great. Over there they go. Alright, so we've got our 2 and our 1. We just got to put it all together. We just got to put it all together now, peeps. How do we do that? Let's figure it out. I feel like at least this next bit, we might be able to do it in an interesting way. Okay, so I actually think we've got to look at the stacker. We kind of know that the right-hand side goes on top of the left. And I can't flip this thing. Which means the first belt in should be the white one with this on its side. Correct, and then I believe just like that. Okay, we're producing it. Now, we've got to turn that into an array, right? So with 3 input belts, they kind of spell themselves out as being sort of pink, white, pink, I think. Something like that. But we've got to turn it into an array. So our first stacker, which does 5, we will need to have... Oh, what's the math here? 30 items per belt. 6 of these tiled up. We can figure that out later, really. Now that will have the belts continue onwards, right? But then we got to get this on with the next one. Now I'm wondering, what if we snuck in our 3rd belt inside of here, comes out there. Let's just remind ourselves of the logic. It is this output that needs to go to the other side, which actually is unfortunate. It means we need to do that. And then it goes into our 2nd stacker. And then we need to fit in some sort of distribution in there as well. So if we do it like that, unfortunately, it's not going to be very elegant. And if we send it off and over, like this, we'll do that. It needs, again, this needs to go on the right-hand side. So when we put that in, Or maybe we rotate this. Okay, there's an option I haven't thought of. Oh, but that would... let's think. That actually might be not a bad way to do it. I really want to come up with something that just feels a little different from what we've done before. That's my objective right now, okay? How do we achieve that? See, that would go straight into there. That's cool. Our output doesn't have to be bothered too much, does it? That's not a part of what we're doing. This means we can have another belt here. But that has to continue downwards. So let's put in our splitter here. I think we got it, peeps. I think we got it. Okay, that would allow me to then continue. Pretty compact as well, right? Let's double check that input thing. Yeah, good. And of our 3 belts, that we have running into this, it's going to be pink, white, pink. Yeah, just the same way we set it up there. The output's going to come back up towards the hub. So we also need belts here. And that, I'd say, is pretty darn compact. And I don't think we've done it quite like that anywhere else before. That makes me happy. Okay, so going back up here, let's clear some space. And then we'll reconfigure it all later on. So it's going to be pink, white, pink. That's what we've got to remember. Let's cut that. There we go. So that can be the pink input right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ugh. Five and 6. Okay, so this one goes here. We know that. Hey, 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 we done it. We done diddly done it. That took us 56 minutes. Honestly, I would have probably guessed 20 minutes beforehand. Oh my word, you know how this game is. Right. The other thing is we need 40k of this. But we're going to move on to the next bit anyway. Oh my god, all this other stuff I've built is in the way. What a surprise. Paper mache. Okay. Looks like we're just going straight up here. And then we go off to the side a bit. Ah! Right, that's the last bit. Bam! How much are we producing, yo? How many of those colourful things are we producing? 48 a minute? No, 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 no. 1.1k a minute? That's more like it. So in 40 minutes we'll have the next one done. It does make me wonder if I should have doubled that up, but whatever. We know this game requires a little bit of idling, right? Almost looks like we've got a full output back here. Maybe in the, you know, 3 belts to how many belts of output ratio there is. Well, it kind of looks like there might be something to that. There might just be something to this. Or there might not. But we'll add in another belt just in case. That's what we're going to do. Let's get rid of that. 2 belts going in now. 2 belts. Not sure if that actually gives us more or less. Probably less. Probably a complete pointless waste of time doing that, but whatever. Okay, we're a 20th of the way there. And I've stocked up tons of these other ones, as you might notice. In fact, we probably don't need those anymore. We've got so many. So it just means our whole setup is doing a little bit less. And there's more of this going. Sweet! We're on the way to an upgrade. But now we focus all of our attention on this absolute monstrosity right here. If we look at the amount of shape there is, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the star bits, if we call it that. 1 square, 1 of those. So we're working with 7 and a ratio of 5, 1, 1. Press G and go to delivered. It tells you how much of each shape you're actually putting into the hub. Yes, we were literally using that a second ago to determine how much we were putting in. It was 1.1k when we started, now it's down to 900, so My setup there wasn't that big bandwidth, I guess. It might have some. It might have some flaws. Like, look at the amount of purple coming through here. Now that, to me, if we look at the red and blue belts, says that we could simply expand this. So what I'll do is I'll botch a little extra of this. I don't know how that was different from before, but it was. No, what I'll... Let's see what I want to do. It's just... Yeah, let's copy that and go... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like so. Then copy some of this stuff. And straight away, I'm seeing we've still got full belts coming in. I mean, I don't know if that produces more overall, but let's hope it can help make a difference. Kind of looks like we need a bit of balancing going on over here. Okay, the white shapes is absolutely not a problem. It appears to be this here that isn't getting the fullest of it, right? And so that becomes a paint issue again. Yeah, I think it's just the paint, like... But I'm not surprised to see that back up. Look at the way this has been done. Like 4 each time? It doesn't make no sense. So I guess what we need is... And yes, everything I'm doing here is absolutely horrible, and you have every right to be angry. Okay. This is a complete injustice to beautiful layouts and balanced, meaningful design. Okay. If we do that, hopefully that helps. Yeah, that seems to have given us 2 full belts. And now the output there looks more consistent on both sides. So I believe we may have just given ourselves a bit of a boost. A little bit of work and we're up to 1.1k. So we've given ourselves a little extra juice in the tank. That's lovely. Let's go find a location for our final shape. Remember the ratio was 5:1:1? It'd be really nice to find all of that within like 2 patches. So if we see a circle, it's no good. Actually, wait, that's... What is the shape again? It's square, one of those, 2 of them. If we find 3 stars nearby, that's good. Two down there. I mean, I could use multiple patches, but it'd be nice to find all that we want, sort of like... What's this? So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. We would need 2 more... Am I getting that right? 2 more spikes. Just be cool to find the 2 patches we want right next to each other, I think. So there we got 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's got 4. But then no spikes nearby. Oh, cancel. Could spend a while looking for the perfect little setup, couldn't we? We spent a lot looking for what we wanted earlier on. We don't want to fall into that trap again. Maybe we'll settle for something reasonable once it appears. I think I should probably focus actually on the stars because we want, yeah, I call them that, 5 of those. 5 stars. Hey, there's a lot of shapes here. 1, 2. Right, that has... No, that's a circle. That's got 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. Everything we want is actually here. Just depends which patches we pull them from. And also, their rotation might be of interest. Like, I wouldn't have to rotate that half. Actually, that gives me 3 parts of that rotation. Then we need an upper right spike, which we get from there. That's a point. Although, in terms of compactness, it's probably not going to do too much. Okay, I think we're going to need a colour bus. And I might... Actually, that's a good point. Let's go back to our original bus. Colour mixer, that's what we called it. This thing is currently stationary, I believe, because we are not pulling anything off of it anywhere. So, in theory, we do have, like, that many belts coming through, but they're not optimal, like... Maybe what about the new bus? Because this one, I mean, if we do something small scale here, it'll... Yeah, we should use this. Man, look at that, we've got those coming through. Oh, why did I not think of this sooner? Now, what kind of shapes are there over here, right? We've got 4 of those stars. We could do with... Well, there you go. That would do it right there. Okay, I think we're going to work out of this area then. Oh, and it's going to be quite the challenge, isn't it? It's going to be quite the challenge. I think I'm going to start by bringing this over here and cutting it up into little shapes. We got a quad cutter, right? Bam. Straight out of the gate, we'd make our array like that. Actually, there is so many layers of things to do here. I actually really not sure where we get started. It looks to me though, like it's actually 2 layers. So we should probably make a 3-part star with a whatever part that is. We saw this over here somewhere. It would be that one rotated twice, I believe, or possibly if there's another one nearby. What about down here? Hello. Hello. That is the exact bit that we want. Right, let's... Oops. Also, let's get that. Oh, it tells you. It tells you when you open that up exactly what you're doing. It is 2 layers. So that's what we've got to do in 2 steps. That's probably a little simpler than it looks. Okay. When we cut this, it cuts it not in the half that I would like. Then again, we've got to separate every little piece. So again, we get four pieces of star from here. Let me open this up. It's so hard to like steadily build a picture, but we do need 5. So we kind of need to ship out that up to here. Okay, I think for the purpose of picturing how this all comes together, we shall bring this over to here and up to there. So it's kind of nearby and we can kind of like assess, right? So we'll probably use the quad cutter again. And we can see that we don't... Actually, we need that shape. We need that one and that one. We actually need 3 parts of that. And didn't we need 7... Hang on, is this the perfect shape? It's kind of the perfect shape. It's kind of the... Actually, that, with the top bit... That's our top layer shape. Just with the top bit nudged out. That's kind of fortunate. That is kind of fortunate. Well, that means then that we trash this bit and that we paint the rest. And there is a painter here. So if I reform that as a... In fact, I don't need to cut it. Oh, this is crazy. So if I paint that immediately... with paint colours coming in, then the output needs to be cut, or I cut it first. It doesn't really matter. quad cut and then oh yeah, but then you got to join them back together. Let's cut them and put them back together because we need to take a part of the shape out, and we know it's the top part, so we trash that, and then we got to put all this back together, which sounds easy but might not be. So maybe it is easy. And what way would be efficient? And that, my friends, is our shape being made. And the quad peg, no, it's not. It's the underlayer. It's that layer. Oh, I made a mistake there. I always like how Asuma is saying what he thinks and just not be quiet. So it's like, that's what I do. I'll just tell you what I'm thinking. Okay. So let's say we borrow, interestingly, the bottom layer of this, which makes life a little easier, doesn't it? So we want to then stack. You know, it might make more sense to stack this one and that one together, but due to the layout, it also might not. Because if I go ahead and put a stacker here, we bring that across. Oh. What? Why did I think that? Don't know. Top one isn't necessary though. Wait a minute. I think I'm getting very confused here. I've got to start again. Right, we're either making this layer or that layer. This right here is not what I thought it was. I managed to convince myself we had everything we needed. We need to essentially put these side by side, swap elements around and bring them out as two different shapes, and then we can worry about painting it after. So let's break it back down into that, and we do want to try and be relatively compact. So we'll worry about it being an array. I mean, turning this into an array with that much space, probably not a problem. So far so good. We are set up to figure this one out. Now it is this piece right here we need to swap with the one below. Let's see where that comes out again. It is this layer here. So I'm going to put a trash can there to remind me that layer needs to go and swap with that one. Let's double check it, think it through. Yep, 3 of those plus 1 of them. We also need that shape down here, but we could also trash it for rotation's sake. So no, we can't because we have 5. So we can't trash, we have to swap. Okay, so that means this needs to go there and that needs to come down here somewhere. So I'm going to do that so visually I know what's going on. This is going up here. Okay, now in terms of space, I think we're going to just take that out of mind like that for now. That'll probably be the way it gets done. And then we need to combine all of these together with this, which doesn't leave us a lot of space. However, we do things in stages. And it could just be because of that we want to run our belt like so. Let's see what this looks like. Now it's probably going to look compact because all the tiles get in, but there might be like a different form of logic available here to stack things together that I'm just not seeing. That is always possible. Yeah, that also means now that when we combine the rest of this stuff, this has got to wiggle back. So, doesn't look pretty, but we do it in stages, and then we potentially compact things. Let's double check it. That is our bottom layer. Excellent. We have successfully built the bottom layer. Now, we've got to build this layer. Okay? We keep our square in the top right. That's this lane here. And then one of these gets trashed. And it'll be one of these two down here. Now, I think in order for me to see things, we need to trash that, trash this. Maybe run that through again. We got some flow issue here. What's not getting utilised? Maybe it's this. Oh, I can see what it is. It's that one. There we go. Right, I've lost my train of thought now. So we know we're producing the correct shape at the moment. And that is for the top layer. So we need that square, we need this thing. Those two can get joined together. And they'll probably get done immediately, which makes the most sense. Okay, now what gets trashed? Because if we keep this and put it there, it's this one. This gets trashed. That gets trashed. So now, is there a better way of doing what we're looking at here? There's got to be. I think there's got to be. First of all, let's rebuild this and put that back there. Because that goes up to that one, that's fine. Right, now it looks a little bit more compactable all of a sudden. We will have an output here. That output needs to go from here to here. And that's the same thing. So now this, if only there was a way to get it out of there. And come down to the bottom. It almost looks like you could make it turn. If we could flip this to the other side, we could, but we can't do that. So I'm not really seeing a solution. Essentially, if it's in the middle, it can't really just turn and go somewhere else. There is something else we can do here. We can bring that one to this one. And put those together there. And then it's here and here. Which means, if I just take that. So it's just that one there, which can now be that spot and go downwards. To be next door to that, essentially, right? I think so far I've done everything right. Put a maker here. And, you know, I'm bound to have missed something, but why are we not able to produce? Oh, did I make a big mistake here? Yes, I definitely made some sort of mistake around here. Oh my, look at that. We've produced the two shapes. And we'll have a look at compacting that. We've got a noise in the air. It's McDragon99 with cheers and bits saying, been watching the stream during my morning routine here across the pond. Thank you for such a smoothing start to my day. Thank you for the cheers and bits. I appreciate that, dude. Glad you're enjoying what we're doing here. By the way, 850 peeps have tuned in to see more Asuma cutting, rotating of shapes. I said this would be the last stream, but people are still turning up for it. So if I have the itch to play, I may just do a little bit more. Does that sound good to all of y'all? That's not a promise, by the way. That's just me thinking out loud. Yeah, I don't want to make any promises I can't keep. Now, if we were to bring this one straight out, this one will wiggle up. So that, to me, feels like everything here so far so good. I quite honestly, I don't think I'm going to compact this unless I see some sort of really clever way of doing something. Maybe it involves using one of these, right? So when I use that, that's a way to turn a corner, but it's the same as a belt turning a corner. And that allows us to like offset by one position, which I do not see. Again, it's actually just like a belt, so no, those don't provide any advantages. Someone clip it and title it Asuma's Promise. I literally just said it won't be a promise. And there is a new update for shapes soon. Yeah, maybe that'll give us a new way of looking at how to do things. Consider how you're going to paint them. Oh, painting's going to be the easy part, I think. I've got a feeling it's going to be the easy part. We need to have a belt of like 1, 2, 3, 4 colours, ironically. Switching them around might be tricky. So, as I do, I tend to make arrays. Let's go ahead and arrayify this. Got a bit of an idea here. What am I thinking? No, I had an idea, but I realised it's not a very good one. If the outside one goes first, it might just give me enough space to do something interesting here. So we can see there's 2 belts of stuff going through. That one always provides to that one. How does this one provide to that one? If we reposition this, that is actually not right at all. It was in the right spot. That is what I'm thinking. Yeah. Yeah. Now, we must remember which one's which. I think it means this one is that one. That would appear to be right. Yep. Let's make it look a little cleaner, at least. And then that one's the other one, right? Now, I want to, as I always say, arrayify this. My outputs are down the bottom. And they're kind of geared. Let's set this up so the output is an array as well. Because given we have 2 belts in and 2 belts out, and all we do is put all the bits together and delete one, which is actually what I set out to do, right? I set out to find the right ratio of stuff, and we found the bus, which helps us achieve that. So this means when we stack it, our ratio will stay the same. So that means we can do this from top to bottom. And unfortunately, this might make it a little tricky because you've got to use your imagination a bit and imagine it's part of an array. No, that didn't work. Like that. Yes, that would work. Tiled over and over again. It's pretty darn compact, actually, now that we get here. I also wonder, is this here might be compactable technically, because let me think. If that's there, wiggle onto that and nah, there might be a way to squeeze all of that in there, but I got a feeling probably not actually. So we'll accept that. We'll accept that, okay? That is our production line, which we will actually rotate because it's going to go in the direction of the bus. So we'll probably take from the bottom. Have our inputs go... So that's the top input and the other one's below it. Now how many this thing produces, I don't know, but let's just start with 4 and then put trash cans at the end. Okay, so double check this. You are the outside. The inside is over here. And by the way, if we were to use the bus properly, we would be sending these like... Which I could still do actually. I could just rebuild this down here and not have it in the way of the bus in case we use it for something again. Let's do that. I think that, you know, just in case. I did suggest I might do a bit more of this, right? Let's shift it down into this area. And then just have that belt there. That being said, we had some rules to this. That we would do something like that, right? Except I only need a small bit. How big is one of these? See, we got a pattern to how we've like distributed these, and I kind of want to continue that. I'm just not sure what the gap is, right? It's 1, 2, 3, 4 there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. Maybe it doesn't really matter. Maybe we'll just go with it like that. So we're only taking one off. Oh, it's actually, I think we actually operate it like this. In which case, I'll put you one further forward. Yeah, that'll do. And then this one's purpose built. Ah, we've discovered a flaw. Is that full belt? I don't know, but I'm going to just overkill it. Right, I'm not sure if we should be seeing more in the output or not. Let's go ahead and copy this. Oh wait, did I copy? Oh, I didn't copy the trash can. Well, that is undoubtedly a full belt of both, I think. Okay, so in theory, we continue using the bus. Alright, so everything can kind of continue going across. Which I think we can do 3 at a time like that. There we go. That doesn't look like a full belt coming through there. Now it does. There is also the case of this down here, isn't there? Which I'll fix at a later date. Luckily for us, we've got 1.3 million blueprints. So the bus can just continue on. Beautiful. Right, now somewhere down here, we need to continue this production phase by painting these individually next. ITB music, says Val. That is correct, yeah. You know that game. That game's really fun. I should drink some water. It's time for a water break, peeps. Also, it's time for a read chat break, definitely. I am reading the chat. What are you going to say? When will it finish, says I'm Rick. You're desperate to get out of here. Desperate, I can tell. Tea, says Tujkolo. I don't. I had a tea with my breakfast, which was a light breakfast that really filled me up, actually. I had a big old salad. Massive salad. And it really filled me up. And the tea after felt very satisfying. And I just felt like, do you know what? I don't want to have a tea right now. I'm going to have a tea later. I'm going to have less today, and each one will be more satisfying. That's what I'm thinking. Will you play that forest terraforming game? Oh, not again, surprise tea. I'm done with that game. That was like a one-off. You know, if I had known a little bit better when I played and we got through some of the levels quicker, we could have completed the whole game in one stream. So, not going to bother doing another stream just for the last bit. Official Jaden says, finally he's reading chat. Did you expect anything different? After you finish this world, are you going to start a new world or are you stopping with shapes? Well, I was planning on this being the last, but knowing that people are still very interested in it and that there is a another update to come, then maybe we'll pick it up every now and then. I don't know about starting a new world though. Knowing me, I'd rather have all the things available just to get in there and see how the whole thing works. If I had like a vision of some sort of factory that I wanted to build, then maybe I'd play it different. But yeah, anyway, I feel like the next bit here is going to be kind of obvious, but I could be entirely wrong. Okay, we're going to have the belts go up, and they're going to distribute downwards because we've got a quad painter, right? Color mixer, no, painter. So it's dyes. Oh, actually, they come in from the side. So we're going to get our colours to come down. But here's the thing. They're just... Oh, this might be a little trickier. Okay. Because when you think of it like this... Oh, look at that. Just 4 belts of colour. But then you've got to think, well, wait a minute. Where do they come from, right? So, in order to continue, each one needs this. Therefore, each one needs a gap as well. Now, the one on the outside... Whoopsie. The one on that outside, because actually we need an input over here as well. So maybe drag that back. Put it here, alright? Okay. That's you. This is going to be tricky. Another challenge! Me like challenge. Me like challenge. Let's move these belts out of the way. I want a bit more room to look at it. So alternatively, we might have like maybe what we do. Let's get a few of these set up, right? Like, what if we actually came from this side, like this? Okay. Now, how do we make belts over here that have each of those like independently, I guess you would say? Alright, you seeing where I'm going? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I'm not, because this don't make no sense anymore. There's got to be a way to, within this space, have 4 belts come through and get distributed. We're going to have to use the left-hand space, because I'm pretty sure this on this side will be that. Oops. It's going to be that over and over again. Then the output will probably go like this. Hot chocolate has been achieved, says BreadTap. That sounds great. Any suggestions, chat? I'm looking at you. I know I don't read. I know I don't read the chat that much, but yeah, how are we going to engineer this? I am Rick says I am really bad at everything, even watching and talking. My only chance to blow it. I don't know what you mean by that, but I don't know what you blew. Like, don't tell yourself you're bad at watching. Don't tell yourself you're bad at everything. No need to talk to yourself like that. I've lost my ability to think. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Feels like there's going to be some serious weaving and woving. Can't you colour each bit before it goes into one shape? I could, but I've done it the other way around. And if I were to trace my steps back, it might be easier, but I really want to make this right here work. This is the challenge, you see. By the way, we do actually possibly technically have space here as well. If we look at that like it's our output. So let's say that's our input. Okay. Yeah, we need space on both sides, don't we? Because we need to think about how it comes back over again. So that belt comes back over. So we've got one belt and its output position so far. Now belt number 2. Oh, I'm starting to see a pattern. Patterns are good. Patterns are good. Right, that's belt number 2. Now you might be thinking, let's go back a bit here, but what I can also do is that to there. So then the next belt, only 2 blocks of gap. Only 2 blocks of gap. Right, okay, let me think about it. That one's off by 1 there. This one's off by 1 there. That one's in line. So let's say we get rid of that. And the next one's here, right? Okay, I'm definitely... No, I'm not missing something. This one is missing something. It is missing... Okay. It's missing its output. Now, that might be able to be compacted a bit, I think. Let's just check it. Let's just check ourselves before we wreck ourselves, you know? This, it feeds the input and repeats. That repeats and feeds that input. This repeats and feeds that input. This repeats, feeds that input. That repeats, feeds that input. It is compactable. Oh, he just compacted it. Oh, he just compacted it again. Only joking. Now, what I'm thinking is maybe if this bit goes across one more, then everything squeezes down a little bit, but maybe not, because I can't see that getting any more compact. But we could remove those. So we could potentially trade having this come down a tiny bit more, that going off to the side by 1. I think I'm going to do it because I can do it. I can visualize it. Let's bring that across. It might also make like a lot more open, sort of empty-ish looking space. So we have that. That means... Oh, lag spike, yep. Now we have that set up. A bit more compact in one dimension, not so much in the other, right? Also, that would go there. I think I might have preferred the other one just because it looked a bit more compact. But we know we can do it 2 ways now, so we'll go that way. Okay, this allows us to have 4 belts of colour coming in and an output. Now, we're not done yet because we got to do this twice. And we're probably going to do this with an offset or... Oh, I need to mirror it, maybe. Actually, it might not be too difficult. Right. Oh, okay. So, yeah. Oh, making lots of noises now. I'm seeing a couple of potential things we could do that I find rather interesting in my brain space. I'm going to give it a try. Let me paste this over here just in case we need it again, right? Like, now we've got to think about the outputs. Let's go ahead and put that there and have them connect like here. Hopefully they... Hang on, does it know... Let's do this like this. Okay, so now we have this little bit of wiggle room here. I'm going to remove that on that side, believe it or not. You didn't. You can't believe I just did that, can you? What are you doing, X? Removing that thing. Wow, that messed it up. And then, you know what? Oh, I wish I'd have thought about this. It still might be possible. This still might, hang on, this still might be possible, right? Oh, this is crazy, because I can, in theory, move this one more. Our output is now here, this block. Oh, I'm loving this. I'm loving this. No. What? Sorry, wait, where is... That is our output, right? Yeah, totally had it right. I just confused myself. Okay, 3 is going to go there to there. So that has these two being joined. Ah, important thing. We must make sure that we get the sides the right way around so they get pasted correctly here. That means this is our output. But once again, in theory, I can do this. And then that just means that I need that there. And then I can bring that one step closer. Because I'm one step closer to that edge, peeps. I'm about to break. Right, how we doing? How we doing? That is just the most, whoa, thing that we have built ever. Can you say, whoa, what's that, X? Are you losing your mind? That is going to be it, I think. Whew. Look at that thing. Let's keep this. Just a reference of it over there. Okay. Whew! I like the look of this challenge. I like the look of this challenge. Let's figure out first of all which layer's which. So we've got to put the cyan square on top of the one below it. Which means cyan square needs to be on this side. So this belt here is that. Oh, have I missed something? No, I haven't. No, I haven't. Or have I? It's got no starting point. It's that one. Anyway, it's this one. Right. We need to leave space to have our colours come down. Which might also be problematic. You know, maybe I haven't thought this through enough. So I'm going to start the array here. And it can go downwards over and over again in theory. Look at that. That's a thing of beauty right there. That is a thing of beauty. I'm just going to put a whole bunch of them in. Because that is the most beautiful thing we've ever built. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll have 8. We'll have 8. So I didn't arrange my outputs. Did not do that, did I? Did not do my due diligence with the outputs. So we'll do that now. Also means the output is going to be like really compact, which is good. That output isn't actually used, so I'll start my belt here. And that reminds me then that we also need from there to there. Cool. Right, that's the thing set in place. The bottom one needs to become over here. And the way we're going to do this is with these. Like so. Okay, in those go. They appear to be in the correct place. They appear to have gone all the way through the entire contraption. And then the next one. I've just realised something. I've set this up for 4 colours both sides. It actually only needs 3 on one of them. And the side that it needs 3 on is the first one. Which now makes me think, what if all of that could have been compacted a little bit further because they're not needing that? Like, if we have a look at what the painter shows us here, it is the second colour in that doesn't need to be used. Which to me says, if you remove that, this shifts over by 1. That might be an additional challenge we do. We might, like, rebuild it at the end. And then shift it over. That'll be interesting. That'll be a bit of fun for us to have, peeps. We're going to have a little bit of fun. Okay, so the Let me just copy and paste. So now we've got to get colour belts that come through like this. This is beautiful. This is fun. It's also going to be super duper confusing. Okay, so for our first one, we're going to start here. We need a belt. Actually, now that we know we don't need that one, let's get it out of the way. Colour belt. We need... Hang on. Hang on. Hold your horsies. Where's the alternative? Wait, colour mixer, that's why. Okay, quad painter. First one is top right. So we're going clockwise. The first one is actually the one that's not used. It's the second, third, and fourth. The second colour, so yellow, purple, cyan is what we need. Yellow, purple, cyan, and let's remember. Doesn't work like that, does it? Yellow, purple, cyan. So our first victim is actually right here. That being said, we actually need... I just need to go as far back as that for a second. Where have we got 3 belts? I'm sure we had one with 3. Whatever. Okay, copy that. Paste it a bunch of times. Copy that. Paste it a bunch of times. Okay, now it's the yellow one that is the first one, remember? But for now, we'll get all of this in and then let it be. It's kind of not needed to be on there. Right, first one was yellow, right? Let's double check. Yellow, purple, cyan. It's still stuck in my head. So what we'll do here... I think is, and I'm kind of aware now that what I'm doing is like sort of ugly, right? But that's fine. Okay. Does it need a die just for the sake of it? Uh-oh. It might need a die for the sake of it. Hang on, hang on. Are all the colours getting through? Ooh. Ah, I see my mistake. I see my mistake. That's cool. Luckily, we've got enough room to jiggle it into place. Right, it might just need a die for the sake of it then. In which case, now that I've set all of this up, let's cut that and then put it Can I override? See, I can't override that. But that works. So we're going to take 2 belts of yellow. So I won't be redesigning this later on if that's the case. And again, I made the same mistake as I did on the opposite side. It goes in there. So, let's learn that lesson now, right? Before it's too late! And then there's something odd going on here. That is not an output. That is for the next bit. Yeah, and then it's okay like that. Ha, very good. Very good in the hood, homie. Hey! 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 Hey, we did it wrong. How... Let's double check the example. It's clockwise there. Now, possibly... Does that mean when you rotate the machine... Oh, there are some dies that... Hang on, let's trash. Let's trash a bunch of stuff. Where's the output then? Oh, it's waiting for the other side. Of course it is. Yikes. So was it because some dies came through wrong? What order is it doing it here? Where's the example again? It's definitely clockwise. Oh, I'm an idiot. I've done it clockwise 1 over. Oh, that's annoying. I've done it clockwise 1 over. So, it is still clockwise, but I've done it 1 over. Which means... Can I just do some finagling to fix this? Which was our input that we weren't actually using? I think... Oh, it was the first one because I thought that that wasn't getting used. So, the first one stays yellow. Then we need... Yellow. What? Now I'm at a loss. No, wait. Yellow? Sorry, it's supposed to be cyan first. Oh, my word. Right, it's cyan, yellow, yellow, purple. Cyan, yellow, yellow, purple. Cyan, yellow, yellow, purple. Oh, this is not fun. Cyan, then... Actually, I could have done that okay. Cyan, yellow, yellow, and then purple needs to go somewhere, right? This is so ugly. Definitely ugly, but the next one won't be. Right, cyan, yellow, yellow, purple. Cool. We're going to have to trash our output for a while. This time I can do it without fluffing up. Let's double check the example. It starts in the top left. So this time it is purple. Oh. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. We can't paint unless it has a colour. We can't paint. Who is the derp, chat? Is it me? Or is it all of y'all who've been watching for ages and not mentioning it? Oh, well, this thing right here was pretty amazing, but unfortunately it wouldn't work. Ah. Did not see or think of that earlier on. Because, well, I guess when we learned that we need to use dye on every slot, then it was like... Okay. So, I could rip this out and rebuild it to cut and paste the thing back together. But quite honestly... Oh, that's exhausted me now. I just want to sort of see this thing in action, actually. Oh, what a bummer. I think if I do this... Zoom out. And line it up. It's gonna take a hit over here, yeah. Actually, it kind of needs that. Oh, whatever. Just want to see it in action. Yes. Yes, there is my hysterical mess in action. At least now I know that it was a thing that worked. It just produced the wrong thing. Break the one layer and print the individual pieces. Let's think about that then. Oh, it would just be... Yeah, you know, then we'd just be building some old arrays. I'm kind of good with that. I'm kind of good with that, peeps. Like, it's a shame I didn't realise that earlier, because it would have made the challenge very different. But challenged myself to build this, you know, and it would produce a full belt. It just didn't produce it of that. Also, we can upgrade. And then it wants that. Another shape right there. And then it will probably want the shapezio shape. We got Gamer Zone 53 for 11 months. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate your support. So, one of the things that can be frustrating in both Minecraft, any game really, is like when you've got a complex set of things to do and then you overlook something like that early on. It's just like, because now you've built up everything. You know, if I were to go back to the building boards, like everything that we did here would then have to be different. And this was really fun. This was great. Like, having the challenge was really good. Having the challenge to do this was really good. Now knowing that both of those challenges are kind of irrelevant, it's a bit of a bummer, really. Take a break and do another stream, says Official Jaden. Nah, I think I'm good. I think I'm good with this game. I've seen, you know, how far it comes. When there's an update for it, I'll probably tune back in and check it out, right? Two options now, delete everything or change, says Papasaurus. Well, we're too deep into this stream to complete the objective, and I did want it to be my last stream. We may do another one on this game to come and check back up on the wires update, right? So, I'll actually conclude this stream right there. Let's go see who else is streaming, because as you know, we do a raid. Peeps, massive thank you for tuning in today. I'm sorry about it being a bit anticlimactic, but I only have a certain amount of time to do this, and for me it just kind of reached that point where I'm like, yeah, okay, that'll do me. I've had fun. And that's how I do with games. I don't want to get locked into being upset and frustrated, so it was a good experience. And we might do another one another point in the future. So again, massive thanks to everyone who subscribed, resubscribed, donated and cheered. Thank you to all of my Patreons and everyone watching. I appreciate all of your support. Be sure to hit the follow button before you head out of here. And now you can hit the raid button in chat. We're going to go raid someone else playing this game. Anyway, that is it for me. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.